So Denzel Prempeh Afrope will be in there, and that's the tidbit of what you can get. Many of the songs, though, are in the Catholic as well as the Methodist and the Anglican hymn book. So just follow through, and then at Adom Praise, you have a lot more of those songs for you. Yes, and Adom Praise is going to take place. Morning is going to take place at the Perez Dome. The Perez Dome.
Yeah, the Dome.
50 Ghana
Perez
cedis the
Chapel.
tickets.
Celestine Donko is on the bill. Joe
Yeah.
Metal is on the bill.
Fantastic.
We know that Steve Crown is coming from Nigeria. There's
Niger.
another Niger fellow coming as well. Praise coming as well. So, you know, it's a loaded bill. Make sure you're there this Friday and grab a ticket for only 50 Ghana cedis. Let's go and praise God.
Wow.
Let's lift him up. Roland, so, you know, as I go through the messages, you know, there are messages that we're unable to share on the show. I came across this one, and I thought it was from Selom. Selom is in Cape Coast. Selom wants to make us some African stuff to wear.
That would be great.
Yeah.
My length is 40.
Oh,
41.
my God. See, I knew you'd start. So, Selom from
shoulder,
Cape Coast, we got
17.
your message. Thanks a lot.
My length.
Thanks for the offer.
My length is U15. It's easy.
Yeah.
It's my Bob Mouses, yeah.
Are you 15? Are you 15
Yeah.
slim fit?
Yeah, 15 slim fit is fine.
Okay, but the length is the same, because some of the 15s could have like short sleeve. Maybe it's too short or it's too long or something like that.
Yeah,
Or
it's
a
usually the
perfect-
length of the sleeve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it's a perfect 15
No,
slim fit.
the sleeve is always just got
just
to
a
be.
little longer. You need
Yeah,
it
just
a
got
little
to be
longer.
about 33.
Okay.
It's okay.
All right. And your waist is what, 32?
34.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, so that's it. Send us messages. Not to make stuff for us to wear, by the way, but if you find anything you want to comment on, please feel free to do so. Send us regular SMS messages. Let's do the Daily Graphic newspaper. Let's check out what's making front page headline in the Daily Graphic newspaper. There we go. 1,001 ECG workers drag government to court over concessionaire issue. We'll get to details of that in a bit. Single window to enhance port operations, according to the Vice President. Maslow confiscates 350 vehicles. Owners default in paying loans. A bit of that on page 3 in the Graphic newspaper this morning. Story by Sebastian Siam. And it says, more than 350 commercial vehicles, mostly taxis, have been confiscated from individuals and groups who failed to repay loans they contracted from the Microfinance and Small Loan Center, Maslow. Additionally, Maslow has mounted an intensive search to retrieve more than 150 more vehicles whose owners are indebted to the center. I guess the message is, if you owe Maslow and they have not seen you taking the vehicle from you, if you have the money, please go and pay, because wherever they meet you, they're going to take their vehicle from you. But who loses in the end? Are they just going to take the vehicles and not, do anything else to you? I guess the details of the story would have the implications, because you can't just go and take a vehicle and use it for, 2-3 years and not make the necessary payments, and then they just take the vehicle from you. That's all.
Doesn't make sense.
There should be some implications, probably in the story somewhere. But this issue about ECG workers says 1,001 workers of the Electricity Company of Ghana are in court to challenge moves to hand over the operation of the company to a concessionaire without any redundancy package for them. They are urging the Labour Division of the High Court to declare that sending ECG workers, including the plaintiffs, on permanent transfer constitutes a redundancy. Mr. Benedict Kanose, a worker of the ECG, is leading the workers as the first plaintiff, while the Public Utilities Workers Union, PU, is the second plaintiff, with the ECG, the Attorney General, and Millennium Development Authority as defendants. The workers are also asking for a declaration that the decision by the Minister of Energy to conduct redundancy negotiations with individual employees of the ECG, including the plaintiffs, is illegal and constitutes a gross violation of Section 65 of the Labour Act. All right, so this issue certainly not dying. We'll be following through. We'll give you the latest update. But a lot more details with this issue that's gone to court also in the Daily Graphic newspaper today. Group Ideal Boss wins 40 and 40 awards. That story is also featured in the paper, but on the back page of the Daily Graphic, we've got this. President inaugurates water system. The president's Nana Addo Dankwa-Akufo-Addo has inaugurated the water system in the Upper West region with a promise to improve the water sanitation across the country. There are some issues coming out of his visit to Wa in this project. I'm sure we'll take a look at all the details later on in the program. That's it for the graphic.
All right, so we have to do the Ghanaian Times. It has on the front page, we will not spare saboteurs. Dr. Nana Tuata, he is the head of the local government service. And that story is on page 17. So if we go to page 17 of the paper, it's well outlined there. It talks about the head of the local government service, Dr. Nana Tuata, warning of stern and ruthless action against officials who try to sabotage the current government. He also said, we will not hesitate to sanctioning officials who would attempt to impede the effort of government in any part of the local governance system. And we know that his warning is coming on the back of a controversial leaked letter from the Northern Regional Coordinating Council, directing assemblies in the region to pay 5,000 Ghana cedis each towards the president's visit to the region. That has been one of the contentious issues Mama Viusabuaje was referring to. So we'll see how that goes. All right. We have other stories there. Vice President challenges businesses to invest in water and sanitation sectors. Good one. And then we have President inaugurates 55.5 billion Ghana dollar Jambusi water projects. But already government has secured some 275 warehouses for the Planting for Food and Jobs program. That looks like good news. On the back page, though, State Housing has signed as a State Housing company has signed an MOU to build 16,000 housing units. They signed the memorandum of understanding with Ghana Immigration Service and the Ghana Health Service to construct about the 16,000 housing units for the two state agencies. Has survived All Stars Care. So we're talking about the Ghana Premier League. So those pretty much are the stories on the front and back pages of the Ghanaian Times. We move on to the Finder. Mama, we've
got the Finder, and I want to start on page 4. But let's just go through what's on the front page. I didn't lie for votes. I'll deliver on all promises. That's Nanado saying there. Single window is a win-win system, according to the Vice President. 3.3 million gallons per day water treatment plans for WA inaugurated. Here's where I want to start. Fake policeman grabbed after 7 years. That's on page 4 in the paper.
It's fake or a smart policeman?
For 7 good years, paper reports, he managed to infiltrate the security apparatus of the nation, performing various police duties, directing traffic as an official of the Motor Transport and Traffic Units, arresting and imposing fines on traffic offenders, performing security duties at official state functions without the slightest hints that he was a mere pretender. With his name and a service number 48125 proudly adorning his chest, the 34-year-old confidently went about his police duties without fear or favor. But last Friday, the cap of corporal, who also doubles as inspector, so sometimes he's a corporal, sometimes he's an inspector, as he was performing one of those fake pretending duties, he was arrested. I'll leave the juicy details for you to grab the paper and read, but I wonder how, and his name is Daniel Boateng, Corporal Daniel Boateng, Inspector Daniel Boateng. He did all the things that a police officer is likely to do for 7 years. I wonder if it was also on the payroll of the Ghana Police Service. I guess you get the details when you grab the Finder newspaper. Very interesting. Can you begin to imagine the number of fake people in the system, people who are pretending to be what they are not? It means 1 out of Okay, no, I'm not going to begin to share any statistics. But let's do this one quickly on page 8. 2 persons at a hostel fined for sanitation offences. 2 stories I'm going to be picking from page 8. There's another one which says 4 in court for unhygienic toilet facility. But first, these 2 persons in a hostel that's been fined, says 2 individuals and the hostel owner have been fined by a court for various sanitation offences. It gives the individuals' names here. They were fined 300 Ghana cedis and 540 Ghana cedis respectively, while Adoma Memorial Hostel was fined 420 Ghana cedis. Yeah.
That will lead to.
And then you need the court to understand, yes, and also speed things up.
Yes.
So maybe
would it be
Her Ladyship Linda Emisa? Maybe we should big her ups for taking this on and seeing to the end of it. Well, all the accused persons acted contrary to the Public Health Act 851 of Act 2012. So if we begin to enforce, that's why people say that we don't need new laws. So we've got a lot of things already.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. Finally, in the finder, the Okai North Sub Metro Sanitation and Motor Court has granted Madam Adaku Tego a 3,000 Ghana cedis bail with 2 sureties for non-compliance with a notice to construct a hygienic toilet facility. See, and all the judges. This one too is Ladyship Victoria Ikuya Ganza, who presided over the court. Details of this one also in the paper. So some sanitation court issues in the Finder newspaper. You find that on page 8. Roland, I'm through with Finder.
Yes, and then we have the Daily Guide newspaper. It has on the front page, NDC's biometric is bogus, and again coiling a story from what it says is the Kwesi Botche report of
so
the
NDC. Daily Guide seem to have the reports.
You speak to officials of the NDC and they said nobody has it.
They would react to this one as well because they've always reacted. Trust Kofi Adams will come
individually,
later in
when
the
you
day
speak to them, they do concede that this biometric data they have, that database was fraught with problems in its collection process. So
what's the difference?
I don't know, because most of the things that the Daily Guide kept publishing that they were from the report were sentiment that had been expressed. I think for those who are close to the MPs and all that. So it will not be far from you imagining that it could be contained in the report. But whether really they have the report is another thing altogether.
Okay.
I don't think. If they had the report, perhaps maybe they should have published the.
What I have heard, because oh yes, we can cross-check this.
No, people have corroborated this. Not that it's part of the report, but in terms of the problem.
What I have been told is that it's just like going to individuals, opening the doors and asking individuals to come and tell us what they thought the problems were.
Yes.
So this could be maybe a constituency secretary or whatever coming forward to say this is what I think.
Or this is what I said to the committee, or even
But what we want to know is from all the narrations, all the things that the committee had on the ground, what is their own conclusions?
Yes.
We had a bit of the recommendations.
Yes.
But those are the facts details that I'm looking
I think that would satisfy people's curiosity, because this one.
But you never know.
Maybe
it's the committee saying this one.
And we're told that Mahama left coffers empty, according to Nana. We hear this every time there's a change of government. So, fake soldier grabbed and new deputy agric minister named. And we're told that is Kennedy Osei-Nyako. He's replacing the member of parliament for down. They are just neighbors.
Yeah, so I hear.
It's just one. So I think maybe that one was a regional satisfaction.
Was it?
Yeah, I think maybe you have to satisfy certain people within that area.
That's also a very strong farming community as well.
Yes, yes, true. Yeah. But Odan is a bigger town, to be more precise.
But it's not the president's fault, is it? He gave him the opportunity.
Yeah, true.
What did he do with it?
Yeah, true.
Yeah. But Roland, I've been thinking about something. So you know how when people leave office, they leave and then they send they want to tell you what they left because the person who takes over says, oh, there was nothing. So I'm thinking, because they are not so sure. In fact, I think they never think about losing. So they don't update us. How about we do like a last press briefing for the week before we go into the polls. So if you're a Maslow boss,
so you say you come and
or
tell
you're
us
a Gets Fund
this
boss,
is what you are living.
Exactly. Tell us what is there, because you don't know if you come back.
If any other government official comes to contradict what you
exactly.
said, well, we said that, well, they told us this. Why are you saying this?
Exactly.
So that we'll have something to
instead of you're out of office, somebody release the press details of something.
But then can we make those conclusions that perhaps those who are getting out of office just don't have it in their mind that they're going to lose, and so. But
yeah,
the thing is that it's an
is.
End of term, so you just give us.
Because I want to believe that we would not see that story. I can't even remember which department or agency exactly this was coming from, but this was yesterday. When you're out of office and you tell us what you left, people think you're doing propaganda. So tell us when you're in there, so that when you leave.
Yeah, true. I think I agree with you largely. And then there's a story on page 15 of the Daily Guide. It says that technicians rush to fix faulty light for Nane's visit. And apparently for months, the Upper East Regional Capital, Bolga, could not boast of a functioning traffic lights. And as a result, police officers had to rotate in directing traffic flow at some busy junctions in the municipality. And all of a sudden, the president is coming, and technicians have suddenly been assigned to work on these street lights and traffic lights ahead of the president's 2-day visit to the region.
That's so new.
Within the period before the president visit, we're told that there had been a lot of armed robberies and snatching of motorbikes from people. And the residents, according to a Daily Guide report, feel insulted, that it's as if they are not more important, and that the president is more important, and as a result of
it's a typical...
And they are blaming the municipality heads. Because
they should. It means that they could have done it, but they decided not to.
A municipal or metropolitan head. And
I think that what the ministers should do, the ministers and the presidency, they should just tell the regions, the district, they are coming to visit them, not because they would come, because that's prompts them to do what they are supposed to do. So just announce, president will visit Volta region.
Yeah,
when the president really is not going to go to the Volta region, because then you would see that they would take care of things that they're supposed to do.
Why don't you just fix stuff?
It's a typical Ghanaian attitude. What don't we do? When we hear some head of state is coming, we will paint from the airports, the main streets.
But when nobody's coming,
when nobody's coming, who cares? And then we will position police officers as if it's an everyday thing.
Or the
as if it's an everyday. You see, it's just the things that we face in this country, the same attitudes, just amplified. We're looking at them in 3D. That's all. That's something that happens.
I love that. We're looking at it in what? 3D. Oh, you're just incorrigible.
Okay, so time is far gone. Let's do the last newspaper, the Business and Financial Times.
Oh, we have to do this
newspaper
one.
Got the Daily Dispatch. Okay, that will be the last.
Okay.
Banking sector to go under foreign care as new 400 million Ghana cedis rate threatens to wipe out local players. I guess this is the fear. This is also maybe the suggestion, because they're thinking that local banks cannot make that 400 million Ghana cedis. 2018 budget to unveil a Greek Marshall Plan. What a Tigo Airtel merger means to the industry. There's some analysis on that you can take a look at.
I'll go by the BNFT and read that one. I think that'll be great.
So let's end with the Daily Dispatch.
Okay, so we end the Daily Dispatch, and it's a subject that we started broaching yesterday. It's our good friend, Obi Amwa. Good morning to you. Deputy Minister of Local Government Rural Development, Member of Parliament for Ikapim South.
Did you call him?
I did call, he didn't pick. So MPP's promise of 2018 election of MMDCs cannot be met, Minister. I particularly am interested. That's like
I had a little bit of the details.
Because I'm
we delayed with that particular election.
Yeah.
We delayed with that particular election. So
okay. You called him up?
No, I didn't.
Hey,
I didn't. This is my own filler.
Okay.
So if we're going according to the plan, because it's a fixed tenure, you can't just...
Yeah, but we wanted to do it in between the terms.
But we delayed. I understand we delayed with the... You remember the fisherman somewhere in the central region who took the assembly on? I mean, who went to court to halt the elections?
Took the electoral commission on, the district level elections.
So but we will definitely get a lot more details on this. But I hear because we didn't go according to the calendar, that's why this is not possible.
No,
Does
but
it make sense?
No, I understand what they wanted to, but when you're in opposition, you know that anyway. The two parties promised to have election of DC. The thing is, we also need to have this. Come on, I just want to go to Tema and go and elect my MC, or even go to Ashama and go and elect an MC. That'll be great. That'll be great.
Issa Garu community-based rehabilitation driver, you sent a message, and you know Issa Garu says, "Mama, we read our messages so that we can go to work."
Is that the message? Is that the message that he sent?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, he wanted. I think Isaka just wanted us to know that he's watching.
All right.
So Isaka, Garu community-based rehabilitation. Go to work now.
Well, I guess that's what it is. But we just have to quickly call it. Go through the online portals before quickly. Let's see whether we can do my job online quickly and. Just my job online. My job online. Okay. So, if we can do my job online, that would be great.
Yeah. So Isaka Garu community-based rehabilitation driver. I've read your message. You can go to work now, but catch up. If you miss anything, just go to myjoyonline.com, where we've got lots of our videos. Any segment that you miss on the show, you can always catch up later on in your own time.
Yeah.
This one says, please, farmers in the north are dying due to low price of yams. Nana, do something. Kanjo Christopher from Chamba sending this message to us. But on myjoyonline.com, just before we get ready, this one says, Roland, Mama, we great job. Keep the fire burning. Godwin Adepa in Akosombo sending us this message. Hussaini refutes claims road fund depleted. Former Roads and Highways Minister Ines Hussaini has accused the current administration of peddling falsehood over claims funds earmarked for rehabilitation of the country's roads have been used at Roland. This is in line with what I said, because when you go out and you're telling us, you know, but when you're in there, let us know.
Yes.
Yeah. So Alaji is not happy because he said they left a lot. Kumasi begins a litter-free program to reclaim garden city status. City authorities in Kumasi are rolling out an ambitious plan to get rid of filth in the city. Security analyst blames increase in violent crimes on unregulated gaming centers. Big investments alone do not guarantee success. That's an advice.
Who is that? Is that somebody I know?
Entrepreneurs. Looks like, but you know.
Santok?
Looks like Santok. I'm not sure. Tetteh pledges support for Bold Free SHS program. 27,000 diabetics risk blindness in Ghana, also on the page this morning. NCA to close down some TV stations. So that was in detail, really, in our AM News, if you watched it this morning. And then we just run through. You can just visit myjoyonline.com and go through the stories that we have on the page. People use ECG, AG mirror over not payment of redundancy package. The ECG court story also here. Let's flip the coin. Let's go to City FM. Roland.
So we go to City FM online. We have a couple of stories there. AG reviewing inflated Maslow card deal, Ifiakuto. And then we also have, Ifiakuto is a deputy boss of Maslow though. We also have the government reviewing viability of Tetteh desalination plants. Desalination plants draining us, the chair of the Ghana Water Company Limited. And we will invest SNIT funds in affordable mortgage. OSA. So let's look at Ghana Water Company apparently suspends Medicare for retirees to curb leakages. So the retirees were being catered for. Grace Mugabe underwear reporter held. A journalist is likely to face criminal defamation charges over news reports, lawyers say. She reported the news that Grace Mugabe and her team, they distributed used underwear, bills of false to supporters of ZANU-PF. And that was reported in the news, that it was not dross no omochichamom for dross no. It was not new. The draws or
Roland, that's not what the story is saying. That's not what the story is saying. There are other stories here. Nigeria ex-first lady, witch hands
you don't want me to
victim.
say that.
Last year, the body that investigated financial crimes froze Mrs. Jonathan's bank account. So details of a possible witch hunt there. There's some highlight. Tanzania leader reveals pay. Yeah, Kenyan nursery pupils tear gassed. Have you heard about the Tanzanian leader talking about how much he's paying?
Pays $3,000 something.
Zimbabwe fans mob football legend Rivaldo. Pistorius family to sue over film. Not sure what this film is about exactly, but you can read the details on the site. Egypt's escalates LGBT crackdown.
What is LGBT?
That's lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender. Yeah. Granite blast hits homes of Uganda.
You know this in
of the MPs.
Acronyms. LGBT. No, you said it like that. Lesbian, gay.
Last message,
bisexual,
and then we'll make way for sports.
Translation.
This one says, please ask the GES boss for us newly trained teachers. Use pass list for upgrading, while UTDBE 2016 year group have the same pass list from UCC and TED, but GES doesn't want to use it to upgrade us. Oshejai Abetifi, I think that you send these messages a lot. This is a very deep, like, technical details about your training that you're sharing.
We have to.